Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. Would like to welcome you to Texas League Baseball here in North Texas. And now, here is the star of the show, the one, the only, Johnny Baker. Thank you there, Bobby. Would like to welcome you, everybody, to the live broadcast here in Frisco, Texas. It is the first game of our six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Frisco RoughRiders. Well, tonight is Taco Night Tuesday here at the ballpark, and so far, we're going to have a nice $2 special on all taco-related items. So far, pretty good. Two teams continue the series tomorrow evening for Military Appreciation Night Wednesday here at the ballpark. And so far, all military personnel anytime can show their proof of ID to get in. They get 2 infield box seats for free. Series continues Thursday night at 7:05 as we'll have the Queso Frisco joining in. So far, Frisco RoughRiders will wear their Queso uniforms on Thursday and Friday as we celebrate quesos. Two teams continue the series on Saturday as RoughRiders will have the best fireworks show courtesy of the Frisco RoughRiders. Last ever game of the year between the two ball clubs will conclude 7:05 start on Sunday. The Missions will head back home to Nelson Wolf Stadium there in San Antonio, Texas, as they'll start next week versing off the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Go online now at RoughRidersBaseball.com or Missions Baseball or anywhere in the AA Texas League. Purchase and print your tickets off of Bally Live. And also, don't forget to download the app where you can watch free baseball. It is free, free, free. You don't have to pay anything out of pocket. It is free. Download Bally Live, the best app there ever is. Also, you can watch us all season long with YouTube Live as we have all games coming in. And so far, join us on the road, whether we're on the road or at home, you know where to find us. Well, anyway, this is pretty much going to be our last ever six-game meetup between the Frisco RoughRiders and San Antonio Missions here at Statesman's Park for the year. And so far, a pretty good one. Well, anyway, joined in the booth by my friend and partner all the way from San Antonio, here is Bob. So, Bob, last week, San Antonio took on the Springfield Cardinals there at Nelson Wolf Stadium. And I got to say, for a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening game, which it appeared to be, I got to say, that was one heck of a ball game. What do you think?
Well, I tell you one thing, Johnny, it was a 1-0 blowout. You know, you have one birthday candle, you blow it out, there's your wish right there that they won the ball game by that final score of 1-0 against the Springfield Cardinals. And gotta say, pretty good end of a series.
Yeah, it sure was. Well, anyway, Springfield back home at Blue River Stadium taking on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals this week. Naturals will hit the road for 6 in San Antonio starting on the 18th through the 23rd. What's that right there? Pretty good. Don't forget, San Antonio heads to Springfield after that 6th game against Northwest Arkansas, and so far going to be pretty good. After that, Missions will have one more homestand taking on the Midland Rockhounds, and then it's a 6-game at Amarillo as we get ready to conclude this 2026 season. And so far, going to be a sad time that we say goodbye to baseball at least until next year. But there's a lot more to go on this one, as we do have the Texas League playoffs coming in, and our four finalists like Amarillo, Frisco, Arkansas, and Tulsa as they come on in. But anyway, we're going to make this pregame show short and sweet. We wanted to tell everybody what's been going on, and so far, going to be a really nice 6-game series rubber matchup of the two ball clubs, the south of San Antonio and the north of the Frisco RoughRiders here tonight. Well, anyway, we'll take you downstairs as we present this game to y'all. And so far, a pretty good night, a beautiful night here in Frisco as we take on the San Antonio Missions here in this one. RoughRiders wearing their home white uniforms, San Antonio to the road grays. What's that right there? Pretty good. Ben Anderson, a right-handed starter, is on the mound for Frisco. And Bob, the scouting report doesn't lie. What we can tell about it? Well, that four-seam fastball is one of the most qualifying pitches in minor league baseball. At least 96 mile per hour on top of that. Well, the shortstop Francisco Acuna coming in now as we lead off the top of the first inning for the visiting Missions. And here is the pitch. That one is a slider downstairs, and we are underway here in Frisco. 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff shortstop Francisco Acuna. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high fly in the air to right field. And that is out number 1. And with that, let's give the visiting Missions their starting lineups. Acuna, Roberts, Murphy, Sanabria, Carpathios, Dungan, Mondu, Linares, and Castañon will round it out for the San Antonio Missions. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in as we get ready for him in his first appearance tonight. Here's the windup, and that one is in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here in the first inning for the Missions as this game now getting underway here in Frisco. Go ahead and give some scores. Corpus Christi leading Wichita there at Ford Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. 2-0 Corpus Christi at that game. Midland and Amarillo tied at 1-1, bottom of the third. Arkansas and Tulsa are scoreless through the top half of 1. Northwest Arkansas leads 4-0 against Springfield. Right there, ground ball straight to first in time, out number 2. And boy, pretty good as they get the first 2 outs of tonight's campaign start. Left fielder Kai Murphy up now for San Antonio. Boy, that 1-0 ball game last week on Sunday against Springfield was really good. Yeah, I got to say, Johnny, never forget about that 1-0. Yeah, that is for sure. Well, that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. It is no score as RoughRiders come to bat right after this. about ready to go for the bottom half of the first inning for the Frisco RoughRiders. Now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Right-handed start, J.P. France is on the mound now for San Antonio. ERA at 2.25 of the way. 31.3% in strikeout rates, 167 of the average of right-handed batters. That is pretty good. Yosin Moabel, that's a new one, comes in for Frisco. Here's the pitch, and that one is in for a strike, and he's going to challenge the call right there, but they will overturn that call. Now 1-0 the count. So Yosin Moabel, got to pronounce his first name, second name too. Yeah, when you have these prospects that come in, you got to really maintain to pronounce their names. Yep. Right there, line drive, base hit to straightaway left center, and that is through for a hit. Boy, Frisco getting on to a early hit start. Here's the second baseman, number 21, Casey Cook. As he hits that one right there. And a second for one. And they do not get him, and that is a force out at second, but the runner Cook is safe at first as San Antonio tried to overturn that double play here in this one. Third hole hitter, Frenier Chavez coming in. As he hits that one to straightaway left field. Under it is Kai Murphy. He'll make the grab, and that is out number 2. 2 quick outs here in this one, and here's the starting lineups for Frisco. Morobel, Cook, Chavez will lead it. Guerrero, Scott, Keith Jones II will be middle. Lee Sang, Brock, and Hardy will round it out for the RoughRiders. Pablo Guerrero, the first baseman, coming in for the Riders. And here's the pitch. That one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Crowds gathering in on this Tuesday night. Taco Night Tuesday. Always the best day of the week to have crispy tacos. Soft tacos or whatever you prefer. It's always there. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. So far, Springfield scores in 2 runs. Now, still trailing Northwest Arkansas. 4-2 the score there in the bottom half of the first inning there at Blue River. 2-2 offering. Yanks that one foul. Still hanging on. 2-2 is the count. Here's a pitch. Right there, called strike 3, and that will do it. Well, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. And we go to the second. No score through 1. So we'll be back here in this one on this beautiful Tuesday night as first baseman Romeo Sanabria leads it off for the second for San Antonio coming up.
Well, we lead off the top half of the second inning for San Antonio. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria coming in, 4-5-6, due up against the right-handed start of Ben Anderson. As that one is yanked out of play, foul, 0-1. Glad to be with y'all here tonight in Frisco, 6 miles north of Dallas-Fort Worth. Or actually, the Dallas metropolitan area in general. No balls, 2 strikes to count now. And here's the pitch. That one is oh man. He chopped it foul right into the catcher's mitt. That's out number 1 as Sanabria down on a strikeout. Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in as he hits that one right there up to right field, lands in for a base hit. And that's a 1-out single for the right fielder, Carpathios. So that right there, a pretty good one. Clay Duncan, the designated hitter, comes in. Takes that one in for the ball. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. 13 pitches for the start, Ben Anderson. That one is high in the air. Carrying up to left, out number 2. Man, 2 up, 2 down, and trying to get something going here for San Antonio. I got to say there, Johnny, look like they're about ready to have another 1-2-3. And this power hitter, Nate Mondu, looking to get something going. That's a high pop-up, third base under it. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. And we go 2.5, no score through 2.5. So we'll be right back here in this one as we get set for the bottom of 2 coming up as Quincy Scott will lead it off for the RoughRiders when we come back. Well, just about set to go for the bottom of the second right now here in Frisco. John Baker, take it away. Thank you there, Bobby. Quincy Scott coming in, 5'6'7", due up against the right-handed starter JP France. As we welcome you back to the ball game here in the bottom of the second for the Frisco RoughRiders. That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, Midland leading Amarillo there at beautiful Wateridge Field in downtown Amarillo. That one is right there, and that's going to fall for the base hit. Up to left field. Boy, that was a good, powerful hit right there for Quincy Scott.
Batting 6, designated hitter, number 11.
Well, at least San Antonio will have one more 6-game road series before the end of the season in Amarillo. Heath Jones the second comes in, takes that one out of play, foul, 0-1. Don't forget, San Antonio starts off the 2027 regular season. They're at Nelson Wolff Stadium taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles to start the year next year.
That's away.
Outside 1-1. Then it'd be a 6-game series against Midland. 1 ball, 1 strike to Keith Jones the second.
Ball, outside.
And that is outside, 2-1. Corpus Christi still leading Wichita 2-0. They're at the porch in Wichita, Kansas.
Strike.
And right there, that is the count now, 2-2. From the windup and the stretch, JP France. And that's right there. And a second for 1. And they do not get the double play as both runners on second and first are safe on bases. Center fielder Marcus Lee Sang coming in now. Looking in from the stretch. Here's the pitch by France, and that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, this is a big heart pounder right there for JP as he gets on the mound for San Antonio to the start. And that one outside, 1-1. Nobody out here in this one. But to tell you one thing, it is the new week of baseball here in Frisco against San Antonio for a 6-game series. 1-2 the count now. Here's a pitch. And that one a yanked foul. It's 1-2. Boy, I always imagine just coming out and being on the mound for San Antonio, and you know that heart pounds because now you got 2 men on base. And that one is hit high in the air, infield fly. Nate Mondu gets under it, makes the grab, and that is out number 1.
Number 4.
Getting plumb lucky here in this one. Chris Tremmy, a pretty good manager as well, out in the dugout for San Antonio. His first year in the minor leagues for the Missions. He was a part of the Pirates, the Astros, and Rangers affiliates during that time. Right there, straight away. They get 1, they get 2, and that ends the half inning. Danger averted following in after the double play, and that will pretty much be it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left for Frisco. So we head to the 3rd inning. It is no score through 2. Well, time for the third inning for the San Antonio Missions here in the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.
Well, we welcome you back as we start the third inning for San Antonio as Oswaldo Linares will join us here. 8-9-1. Ben Anderson comes in for the third straight. And it's 0-1 the count now for Linares. Here's the 0-1 offering. And that one's going to be high popped up right there to right field. And there is one down. One quick out to start the third for San Antonio. Here is second baseman Marcos Castañon. Castañon coming in. Here's the pitch to him, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Castañon last week came in as the series in San Antonio against the Springfield Cardinals came into a rehab assignment. No balls, 2 strikes to count now to Castañon. And that one is foul, 0-2. 0-2 offering. That one high in the air, straightaway center. It goes high. And that one is out, number 2.
Now batting, shortstop.
Boy, just to tell you one thing, we're starting to see in the start of this game to lead off a 6-game series some pretty good outs. Back to the lineup now, Francisco Acuna getting in. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That is a base hit. And Acuna racing for second, and he's there for a 2-out double.
Now batting, center.
Wow, just to get something going, and San Antonio now has the first man in scoring position. That's always a good thing.
It is indeed a great thing there, Bubby. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Ready to go. Here's the pitch offering, and that's in for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 ground out last time around for the Missions. Here's the windup and the pitch. Curveball swings after it and misses. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second, top of 3 for the Missions. That one is outside, 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one yanked foul, 1-2, still hanging on. There's the pitch. And that one's right there, line for a base hit. Heading home. And he scores right on time. And the Missions have a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that was a truth or dare card right there. As you can see that last instant replay, he did not get him at all.
Yeah, he tried to, but he was across the plate. And so far now, San Antonio scores in their first run. Now a 1-0 ball game. That one high in the air, up to left field, and that will do it. The center fielder, Kai Roberts, gets the RBI single and pushes across the first run of the game. And we go now to the bottom of the third. San Antonio leads it. It's now 1-0 Missions. The shortstop, Theo Hardy, coming in as he'll lead it off for Frisco when we come back.
Well, we go to the bottom of the third for the Rough Riders. Right now, the Rough Riders Baseball Network. Well, here is the shortstop, Theo Hardy, as he comes in. 9-1-2, due up against the starting JP France. The pitch right in the chute for a strike. It's 0-1. Got fans watching from San Antonio, and so far a pretty good city. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Got him down for a strikeout. And there is 1 down.
Number 6.
Well, that's the second one for JP France. And now here is the right fielder and starter, Yaisen Morabel. Starter towards the lineup cards. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Northwest Arkansas leads 5-2. Top of the third against Springfield. Arkansas and Tulsa tied at 1-1. San Antonio 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. High pop up straight away. Plenty of room as he makes it shy of home plate. Out number 2.
Now batting.
Midland leads Amarillo 5-1. And Corpus Christi leading Wichita there in Kansas 3-0. Casey Cook coming in. Wind up, and he held up in time. It's 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. High pop up. And that one will drop foul. It's 1-1. 1-1 offering.
Ball 2.
And that one is ball 2. So the count now 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Well, going through this half inning, and JP is saying, aha, let's get through the half inning. Let's go. That one high in the air, straight away. Right field, Carpathios under it. Makes the grab, and that ends the half inning. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and no one left on for the Rough Riders. And we go to the 4th. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Well, Romeo Sanabria leads off the 4th inning when we come back here in this one. All right, now time to get back to the ballpark as we start the fourth for San Antonio. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Well, we lead it off with Romeo Sanabria, 4-5 at 6, as Ben Anderson starts his fourth inning of work on the hill for the Frisco RoughRiders. That one outside is 1 ball and no strikes. Beautiful Tuesday evening here in Frisco. That one outside, the count now 1-1. So they'll challenge the call and see what they come out of it. And right there, 2-0 the count as he'll miss outside. So they'll overturn that. 2-0 offering. That one right there, ground ball to the second baseman. Throws him out at first. And in time for out number 1.
Right fielder, number 22.
Boy, just a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings through the first 3 innings of the game. Here is Braden Carpathios. As that comes in for the strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. The 0-1 offering. And that one ricochet foul. And it's 0-2. And that one is outside. The count now at 1-2. Lifted up high in the air. Third base will take it. Just shy of the mound, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Well, San Antonio continues to hold that 1-0 lead here in this half inning. Scoring a run on that RBI single. Here is Clay Dungan. Ground ball, and that's to the short. That ends the inning. Well, no runs hit to Rivers, and nobody left here on this top half of the fourth. So it's on now to 4.5. It is 1-0 San Antonio as Frenier Chavez will lead it off for the RoughRiders when we come back.
Well, we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Frenier Chavez leads it off. 3-4-5, due up the fourth inning's work of J.P. France. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-1 as we lead it off for the bottom of the fourth. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch right there, high in the air, and now to play. It's 0-2. Boy, Northwest Arkansas gets some more runs as they now lead at 7-2 against Springfield. Corpus Christi adds a run, making it a 3-0 extension to their lead against Wichita. That one in the count now, 1-2. Midland holds a 5-1 lead against Amarillo there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo, as they are in the bottom half of the sixth inning. That one high in the air. Nate Mondu getting that one and makes the play. That's out number 1.
Now batting, first base.
Tulsa leads Arkansas 2-1 in the top of the fourth inning. Well, you look at J.P. France, 63% of his cutter has been in for strikes, which that is really good for his pitching performance here tonight. I got to agree there, Johnny. He's carrying it strong and so far really good. Pablo Guerrero comes in as he takes in a swing and a miss. It's 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. And that one is a high pop-up. Romeo Sanabria, shy of the home plate, makes the catch, out number 2.
Now batting.
Boy, not a good thing to start that one off if you become a hitter and you try to get something going. Left fielder is Quincy Scott as he comes in, 1-for-1 for the Riders. Yanks that one high in the air, and he'll go foul behind the backstop. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. That one yanked foul. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. They made him chase. And that ends the half inning. Remarkable as we go to the fifth. San Antonio leads the game. It's 1-0 as we go to the fifth inning for the Missions. We'll be right back here in this one as Nate Mondu leads it for the top half of the fifth inning. 1-0 Missions. Well, time for the fifth inning here for San Antonio. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Well, Bobby, go ahead and lead it off for this half inning. And thank you there, Johnny. Well, Nate Mondu leads it off, 7-8-9, due up against Ben Anderson. Starting his fifth inning of work for the RoughRiders. 0-1 the count now to Mondu. And that one yanked foul, 0-2. Still a 1-0 challenging ball game here in this one. That one line drive up to the left field. That will get down for the base hit. Is that right there? Pretty good. So, Johnny, I got to say, are you ready for next year in the 2027 schedule? Oh, most certainly. I'm always ready for the brand new baseball season. Even though with kids back to school and with us being in the final weeks of this regular season, we're pretty much down to the final 4 or 5 weeks left here in this one. High in the air as Lennon Norris making the play out in left field. That's out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, number 94.
Well, that'll bring in the second baseman, Marcos Castañon, as he comes in. He's 0 for 1, a flyout for the Missions here tonight. Boy, now Amarillo scores in a run, making it a 2-run trail against the Midland Rockhounds. Now it's Midland 5-3. That right there, pretty good. San Antonio trying to extend the lead here in this ball game. And the pitch is outside. The count now at 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that one is outside. The count now 2-2. The Castañon, who is 0 for 1. Two-two offering. Yanks that one foul. And still holds on 2-2. Here's the pitch. And outside for the full count now. Francisco Acuna waits on deck now for San Antonio. That one ground ball. Straight to second for 1. They relay, and in time, that overturns the double play and ends the half inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left on as we go now 5.5. San Antonio leads this game 1-0 here in this one. Well, we'll be right back as Keith Jones II will lead it off for the RoughRiders when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom of the 5th inning. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Heath Jones II arrives on the plate now as he comes in for the bottom of the 5th. That one downstairs, 1-0 the count now as J.P. France starts his 5th inning of work. Here's the 1-0 offering, and that one's going to be a high pop-up right there. And that ball goes foul. Now the count now 1-1. Left fielder Kai Murphy almost looked like he almost had that one. Right there to Sanabria effort out number 1. Boy, that was a great cat-like reflex. Marcus Lee Sang coming in now as he's 0 for 1 a pop-out. Boy, Tulsa lead 5-1 against the Arkansas Travelers. Northwest Arkansas picks up 2 more. It's now 9-2 there in Springfield in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Naturals doing really well in the season. Corpus Christi still leading Wichita 3-2 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Boy, 2 runs in for the Wind Surge, and they come in very strong. High in the air, up to left field, and that is a base hit. So, boy, that could have been a easy out number 2 as left fielder Kai Murphy just sees that fall right in front of him. But all the more reason is that was a base hit as he tried to get it. Julian Brock coming in as he'll hit that one out of play foul. Ooh, watch out over there. Whoa. Boy, that fastball really coming at people now. Brock was 0 for 1 ground out. Here's the pitch to him, and that one's going to be lofted high in the air, straightaway center. And here comes Kai Roberts as he makes the play, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Well, the
3.
shortstop, Theo Hardy, coming in, who struck out last time up, 0 for 1 the count. He's 0 for 1, I should say. That one fouled off, and now it's 0-1. Getting you confused between 0 for 1 and the count monitor is 0-1. But not too hard to recognize those two. High in the air, straightaway center. Roberts under it, makes the grab, and ends this half inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left as we go to the 6th. San Antonio leads this one 1-0. Well, as we go through this first half on the series opener here in Frisco, we give you the instant replay of this first half. Pretty good base hits here, and so far a 1-0 lead as the Missions continue this pretty good 1-0 lead. There's your line look here as we get set for the 6th inning. Here is the leadoff batter, Francisco Acuna. So we lead it off with on us. It's just nice. No balls and 1 strike the count now. A lot of goose eggs on the scoreboard for both San Antonio and Frisco. That one yanked foul and 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one ground ball straight to second. In time at first, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, center fielder, number 24.
Well, the center fielder is Kai Roberts, who's the RBI single, and the third is 1 for 2. Hopefully trying to get another RBI or a home run. That would be really good here for the Missions tonight. Slider is outside. Boy, that knocked him out of the plate. It's 1-0 the count.
52 pitches for Ben Anderson. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings thus far, and up to center field. That is out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder Kai Murphy.
Well, the left fielder, Kai Murphy, coming in. 0 for 2 will fly out in the line out. Here's the pitch. Right there, through for the center field base hit. And boy, just look at that. Finally getting something going for San Antonio tonight,
Number 93.
as that would be the 5th hit for the Missions. And now here's Romeo Sanabria. That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out for San Antonio. Here's a 1-0 offering, and that one's going to be yanked foul. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. That one yanked foul. And still holding on at 1-2. Here's the pitch. And the same spot. And it goes foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out.
That's a ball.
And that one down and in for a ball. The count now 2-2. 2-2 offering. That one high in the air, straight away center. And that will do it for the half inning. So it's no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. And we go bottom of 6 coming up. 1-0 San Antonio as we go to the Riders' 6th inning when we come back from our commercial messages here in this one.
Well, here we go to the bottom half of the sixth inning, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. And don't forget Riders Baseball Network as well there, Bobby.
Now
Oh,
pitching,
thank you there, Johnny.
number 30.
Well, left-hander Jamie Hitt is on the mound now in relief for San Antonio. Four-seam sinker, change-up serve, and a cutter coming in. Third time in for San Antonio as third appearance in 2026. The ice in, Morrow Bell coming in as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Oh, man. That computer was pretty loud there, Bobby. Let's make sure we turn down that speaker just a little bit. Sorry about that, Johnny. Down right there. Now the count. 0-2. One Northwest Arkansas getting trailed by 2 runs. It's 9-7 in the bottom of the fourth inning there at Blue River Stadium, Springfield, Missouri. 0-2. That one ricochet foul. Still hanging on. No balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch. Right there and now to play. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Right there, called strike 3. And that's the first relief strikeout for Jamie Hitt. And there's one down. Here's second baseman Casey Cook. Cook coming in, ready to go. Ricochet that one out of play. It's 0-1. And 1 the count. And that one foul, 0-2. Still hanging on. Here's the 0-2 offering. High in the air, up to right field. Carpathios under it. Makes the grab, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Rainier.
That'll bring in Frenier Chavez, the hot corner man. Here's the pitch. That one hit to the second baseman Castañons. Rips to Sanabria. That ends the inning. Another 1-2-3 here in Frisco. As we go to the 7th inning, San Antonio holds the 1-0 advantage here in this one.
Now pitching.
Well, Frisco RoughRiders right-handed reliever is on the mound now for the Riders. Alexis Diaz, ERA 8.15, 20% strikeout rates, 167 over a 250.
22.
Well, we head for the 7th inning. Here is Braden Carpathios. Here's the pitch, and that one fouled off. It's 0-1. Midland leading 5-3, top of the 8th inning there at Wateridge Field in downtown Amarillo. So no balls and 2 strikes. Corpus Christi leading 3-2 there in Wichita. Midway through the bottom half of 7. Tulsa 5-2 against Arkansas, top of the 5th. Northwest Arkansas 9-7 against Springfield. And 1-0 here in Frisco. I was going to say San Antonio, but we had our homestand last week. 1-0 here in Frisco. Visiting San Antonio Missions up ahead. Here's the 0-2. That one right there, a swing and a miss, and that's out number 1.
Hitter, Clay Dungan.
The designated hitter, Clay Dungan, is at the plate now. 0-2 the count now. So 0 for 2. A fly out and a line out. That one high for the ball. 1-2, 1-0. Do you see a 2 anywhere, you dumbo? Hey, be nice. Well, What do you call a donkey that don't know anything? Shit, nothing at least. Yeah, no, that's funny. I know you just kid around, but
Now batting.
I'm just making sure people are awake. They're gonna be like, huh? What? Oh, so that's why you do that. Mm-hmm. It'll be like, now wait a minute. The count doesn't say 1 and 2. Here's Nate Mondu now. And that one is high in the air. Boy, carrying well up to left field. And that's the half inning. Well, we go to the 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark. San Antonio leads it 1-0 here in this game. Well, we'll hope that y'all enjoy your 7th inning stretch. We'll be back right after it. Well, hope you've enjoyed your 7th inning stretch, and now time to get back to the ballpark. Johnny Baker, take it away, bud. Thank you there, Bobby. Pablo Guerrero, 4, 5, and 6, 2 up against Frisco. That one high in the air, straight away. Center field, Roberts calls off left fielder Kai Murphy as he'll make the grab. Out number 1.
Now batting.
1 pitch, 1 high fly, 1 out in the half inning, which that right there pretty good for San Antonio. 2 outs left before the 8th inning. That one is high in the air. And that ball will go foul. And it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Quincy Scott. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, that's through for a hit. Going to first, going to second, and he's got a stand-up double. So now the tying run is now out there at second base. What's that right there? Pretty good hit for Frisco as they come in. Now here's Keith Jones, the second. As he takes a strike inside, it's 0-1, 0 for 2. A line out on the fielder's choice. What's that right there? A pretty good one. Yo, one.
That's a balk.
And that's going to be a balk right there, as that will move the runner up just 90 feet away. Boy, a big decision right there. Is almost a 1-1 tie as we go into the bottom of this half inning. Keith Jones, the second, now in the 0-2 count. And here's the pitch. Right there, ground ball. And they don't get him. So now that ties us up at 1-1. Boy, the RBI single comes in, and San Antonio's lead of that 1-0 now comes to the end point after that RBI single that came in for Frisco. That one is out and in the count now, 1-0. Runner at first, one away as Marcus Lee Sang comes in. Here's the pitch to him, and that's in for the strike. It's the count now, 1-1. Lee Sang is 1 for 2 of the night. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit. And that's going to be first and second now. Still one down. Boy, and I tell you one thing, RoughRiders trying to get this game in their hands and take it away from San Antonio, which they're trying to do. Julian Brock is 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Here's the 0-1 offering. That one fouls away. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that's 2 down. Hopefully San Antonio can tightrope out of danger. Boy, they really need to get something going in the next half inning, because that would be huge if they do. Yeah, I got to say, Johnny, that's going to be a big deal to work on. If they could get some runs going, that would be better. C.O. Hardy coming in, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out. Now takes a ball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a high fly in the air straightaway center, as Roberts will make the play and end the half inning. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. As we go to the 8th inning, we are deadlocked at 1-1. So we'll be right back as Oswaldo Linares will come back to lead off the 8th inning for San Antonio when we come back. Well, about set to go for the 8th inning for San Antonio right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Oswaldo Linares coming in now as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. 1-1 tie here in Frisco. That one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Two right-handed relievers in the RoughRiders bullpen, Roberts and Thompson. Getting loose out there. 1-0 delivery. Here's the pitch. That one is a high pop-up. Weak contact up to left field. And that is out number one.
Man, I tell you one thing, Johnny. That right there,
Not a good hit contact fastball. I tell you that from point of experience. Yeah, wholeheartedly agree there, Bobby. Marcos Castañon coming in now. And the pitch right there is a swing and a miss at the count now, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That one yanked foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count.
Ball one.
Outside 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one is a high pop-up. Right there to left field. That will fall down. That's a base hit. Hopefully San Antonio could get something going towards this half inning. It's now being down to their final 4 outs. It's crucial to make a run count in this one. Midland leads 6-3 against Amarillo. 6-3 Tulsa against Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas 11-7 against Springfield. 1-1 tie here in Frisco. Corpus Christi against Wichita there at the porch in Wichita, Kansas. 3-2 in the 7th inning against the Wind Surge. That one is a high pop-up right there, high in the air. And that is out number 2, caught by the left fielder as he lost a little bit of balance trying to make that throw. Acuna being out for number 2. Well, RoughRiders manager is coming out, as that will do for number 54, Diaz. And so far he departs for the dugout.
Now pitching.
That'll bring in right-hander Mark Church in relief. 3.86, 167 over a 300 with a 21.5% strikeout rate. What's that right there? Pretty good. Center fielder Kai Roberts, 1 for 3. RBI single in the 3rd. Comes in and tries to get something going. Here's the pitch. And that one is aligned high in the air. Boy, that is carrying and right to the wall. Boy, few more inches. That could have been out for the home run. Whip, how you doing? And now we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 1-1 here in Frisco as we get ready to go for Yson Morabel as he leads it off for the 8th for Frisco. Back after this, bottom of the 8th coming up right after commercial messages. Never watched baseball before. Well, a pretty interesting sport. A lot of home runs, a lot of hits, a lot of everything. But, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. It's really fun. All right, Bobby, how much longer do we have? We got about 30 seconds left. Thank you. Well, go ahead and give you some scores. Northwest Arkansas doing pretty good tonight there in Springfield. It is 11-7. Tulsa leads 6-3, top of the 6th inning. Midland 6-5 against Amarillo. In the bottom half of the 8th inning, Corpus Christi, top of the 8th in Wichita, as they lead by a run 3-2. And then we're here in a 1-1 tie here in Frisco as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning as Yaisen Morabel leads it off. Hopefully trying to stick out of this trouble. Right there to Mondu. Flips it to Sanabria. Out in time for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 21.
Boy, the game almost over tonight. Here's second baseman Casey Cook. 0 for 3, flied out in the 3rd. Don't forget Military Appreciation Night Wednesday at the ballpark. So far, all military personnel could come in. Get your free outfield or infield tickets. Right there as Carpathios had to run to make some time for that fastball. And that's out number 2. So Frisco apparently down to their final out, but we'll say Frenier Chavez trying to get something going. Take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and here is the 0-1 offering. And that one is in for the punctured strike 2. It's 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. A 1-2-3 productive inning as now the 8th inning comes to an end. So we now go to the 9th, and it's 3 outs left for San Antonio as left fielder Kai Murphy comes in to lead us off. And we'll be right back here in this one. Well, we go to the 9th inning for San Antonio right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Kai Murphy coming in, 3-4-5, due up against the relief starter Mark Church as he comes on in. That one line drive, and that is through for a hit. As he coasts in the 2nd with a leadoff double. Now San Antonio getting close to untie the ball game here in this one. Boy, you can hear the pop of the bat in here in this ballpark. It's that right there, a pretty good one. First baseman Romeo Sanabria comes in as he hits that one also high in the air. And here comes the tag up. And that's a runner at 3rd safely as now Frisco has 2 outs to make up before their bottom half of the 9th. Well, San Antonio needs to hold down the 3 outs. And here's right fielder Braden Carpathios. Here's the pitch. And that one is drilled. And it's a 2-run shot for Carpathios. Right to right field. 100 to the exit velocity. And a 381-foot distance. That's pretty well good for Braden Carpathios. Very indeed there, Johnny. Uh-oh, and that manager is not happy. Boy, and they are celebrating inside the San Antonio dugout. And boy, I tell you one thing, that'll keep Frisco on their toes. I got to tell you, John, that sounds just about right. I was about to say. Here's the next pitch. And that one's going to be drilled. That one's high. And that one is gone. So a home run by Clay Dungan. And boy, that is the third run that Mark Church gave up. Now Frisco, and boy, the whole house just went quiet all of a sudden.
Well, apparently nobody is for San Antonio here in the RoughRiders territory, but if we were at home, I tell you, the whole house would have been applauding and cheer.
Yeah, they sure would have there, Bobby. But we're not at Nelson Wolf Stadium this week, I will say. But next Tuesday night, we take on Northwest Arkansas. Well, Mark Church is out of the ball game as the manager came out and tossed him out. Now here's right-hander Trey Supak as he comes in. 96 on a four-seam slider, changeup, and a curveball coming in for the Frisco RoughRiders. San Antonio now 4-1 as they had 3 runs in this half inning alone. Here's now Nate Mondu, and he blistered one. Boy, that is out of here.
Man. So that is the 4th run in this half inning alone. And so far now it's 5-1.
And I tell you one thing, Bobby, I don't think that this is end of it just yet. You know, with 2 outs, San Antonio can make more, and they can send the RoughRiders home tonight packing. Oswaldo Lenoir is coming in now. Boy, and the RoughRiders would need a lot of work to come back in this one. Lenoir came in and lined out in the third is 0 for 3. Boy, 5-1 makes a big difference when you play baseball. That one high in the air, straight away, up to left field. And that's an out right there, caught to the center fielder. Boy, and Frisco, San Antonio down to their final out. Here's Castañon now, the second baseman. Nighttime here in Frisco is, boy, just a beautiful night here in the city outside of Dallas, Texas.
Now batting, shortstop.
Castañon gets on for a base hit. And the 6-hole batter, or a 9-hole batter gets on. And now here is Francisco Acuna. That one is drilled. And that's getting down for a base hit. Now that's second and third, 2 away now.
Center fielder, number
And boy, they are really coming in and they are hitting in this half inning. And San Antonio, don't think they're going down tonight. But so far, a lot of good hits thus far for San Antonio. And that is right there. Line drive, that's a base hit. 1 run scores. And they will pick up 2 more on the 2-run single by Kai Roberts. And now they make it a 7-1 ball game. San Antonio leading by 6. I gotta say, this is turning to be a quite eventful ball game here in Frisco. And so far, a pretty good one. Gavin Collier coming in now as a new right-handed reliever is on now for the Frisco RoughRiders. Collier now pitching for Frisco. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker coming in here for the Riders. And that is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. 2 for 4, double, single, and a run by left fielder Murphy. And here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high in the air. And that'll get down. Runner from first is heading home. And he will score in on the RBI double by Kai Murphy.
Number 93.
And by golly, that looks pretty cool. Now San Antonio has 8-1 advantage against the Riders. Right there, ground ball. Right to first in time, and that will end the half inning. Boy, you look at this explosive half inning as 8 come to the plate, and they score in a lot. Boy, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. San Antonio leads it 8-1. Well, we go to last of the 9th. Here's Pablo Guerrero now, who's 0 for 3. Jamie Hitt now at his next half inning. Last final inning of tonight's ball game. That one is high fly in the air up to left field as Kai Murphy makes the play, and that's out number 1.
Now batting.
2 outs left for Frisco, and
Number 19.
left fielder Quincy Scott coming in, 2 for 3, double, single, and a run. Want y'all to come back tomorrow evening as our first pitch at 7:05. So far, we hope that y'all do. No balls and 1 strike. Don't forget, bring the kids this weekend. And so far, pretty good. Everybody went back to school yesterday. Hope all the kids had a great day yesterday and today. Like always, that's a good thing when kids come home and bring home homework. It's always good. Up to left field is Roberts. He makes the play, and that is out number 2.
Now batting. Designated hitter.
Boy, and Frisco down to their final out. Here's designated hitter Keith Jones the second. Boy, San Antonio just coming into the top of the 9th inning. And they came in with 7 runs on 9 hits. Not too shabby for the San Antonio Missions tonight. No balls, 2 strikes. Down to the final strike. It's Keith Jones the second. And here's the pitch. High in the air. Right field is Carpathios. This should do it. And that will do it. And that's the ball game. Well, hope everybody enjoyed tonight's ball game here in Frisco. And so far, a pretty good one indeed as we wrap up this evening's contest here tonight. So 8-1 the final as the winner, Jamie Hitt, gets on. Mark Church takes the loss for Frisco. And so far, a pretty good one indeed getting into this one. And of course, we did forget to find out who won in Corpus Christi last week as Tulsa was in town. And we'll see who's won that ball game. Now Tulsa took their Tulsa took their 67th. I was a little bit confused on where everybody was. But yeah, there we go. That looking better. Corpus Christi, 50 and 58 when they took that one. All right, well, I got it. Forgot to make the schedule last night, but we'll definitely get going on it. There we go. All right, so San Antonio took their 51st. So now they'll advance forwardly into third place. But all knowingly, Corpus Christi could end up winning. Boy, Amarillo has a 7-6 lead against Midland. Tulsa 7-3, which that is pretty good there in this one. But anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. And we will see y'all again tomorrow for another edition of Riders Baseball. Final score, San Antonio 8-1. Missions take the series opener here in Frisco. So for all of us, hope y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all again tomorrow evening, 7:05, first pitch.